In the silent dusk of an alien jungle, a single sound shattered the air, a chorus of tiny purple cubs roaring in unison. Their bodies glowed faintly, their voices trembling yet fierce. And before anyone could blink, the larger predator cub, the one clutching the stolen carton box, froze and dropped it instantly. But why? What could make a predator surrender to creatures so small, so fragile, yet so human-raised? This wasn't just nature at play. This was humanity's touch, rewriting instincts, rewriting fear itself. If you love stories where humanity defies expectations, where even the smallest beings carry echoes of human courage, then you're in the right place. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who believes humans can turn even chaos into compassion. Every roar, every heartbeat in this story, it's all HFY at its finest. Let's dive in. The alien jungle of Alaris 9 never slept. Its air pulsed with faint bioluminescent mist, and its trees whispered in colors, not sounds. Deep within that living forest, 5 tiny purple cubs crouched beside a rusted metal crate, their fur shimmering like twilight. They weren't born wild. Their small eyes carried a strange focus, almost human. They waited, silent and alert, because she had taught them that silence was power. The human, Dr. Min Seo-jin, xenobiologist, survivor, and the only human left within hundreds of light years. When her ship crashed, the jungle should have devoured her. Instead, she found them, 5 fragile, mewling cubs, abandoned by nature itself, and against all reason she chose to raise them. Now the forest seemed to breathe with them. Even the trees seemed to listen when the cubs moved. Strange, right? But Alaris 9 had learned to pay attention. Where humans walked, things changed, permanently. From the shadows, something else watched. A predator cub, larger, meaner, with scales glinting like blades. Its hungry eyes locked on the carton box, Seo-jin's supply pack. And when it pounced, the purple cubs didn't run. They turned their eyes toward it, waiting. Dr. Min Seo-jin never meant to create legends. She only wanted to survive. After the crash, her research module became both a lab and a nursery. Inside, 5 purple cubs grew up under the hum of broken generators and the warmth of human words. She spoke to them like children, not animals. Every day she repeated simple commands. Wait, watch, listen, protect. At first, it was an experiment in social conditioning. But something unexpected happened. The cubs didn't just imitate. They understood. They began working together, communicating through soft chirps and light pulses in their fur. Seo-jin realized she wasn't teaching animals. She was building a new kind of civilization. She fed them stories, not of humans as conquerors, but as defenders. She showed them holograms of Earth, oceans, cities, the blue sky. The cubs watched, wide-eyed, pressing tiny paws against the images. And when she said, "Humanity protects," they would echo in soft, rumbling growls, their own version of a promise. They weren't weapons. They were her family, her hope. But hope is always tested. Because in the jungle beyond her lab walls, something had smelled food and fear. The predator cub crept through the glowing reeds, slow, deliberate, silent. Its body was lean muscle, its claws curved for killing. It wasn't just hunting for food, it was proving itself. That was how predators earned their place in Alaris 9's brutal chain, through dominance. And then it saw it, the carton box, left just outside the humans' camp. It smelled of warmth, metal, and something strange, sugar and salt, alien scents that promised reward. The creature lunged. The box tumbled, spilling rations into the mud. Inside the shelter, the purple cubs froze. Their fur rippled in pulses of violet and blue. Fear, anger, confusion, all at once. They could have hidden. They could have run. But Min's voice echoed in their memory. When you protect, you stand together. The largest of the purple cubs stepped forward, trembling. Then another, and another. Their tiny claws dug into the dirt. The predator lifted its head and snarled, a deep, rolling threat. The jungle grew quiet. Even the light seemed to hold its breath. Then came the smallest sound, a faint, unified growl from the cubs' throats. The first warning, the signal of something extraordinary. The predator cub hissed, circling closer, amused, almost mocking. These tiny creatures dared to stand against it? Its teeth flashed in the faint blue mist as it let out a guttural snarl. But the purple cubs didn't back down. They stood shoulder to shoulder, their fur flickering with synchronized light. Somewhere deep in their memory, beyond fear and instinct, something human stirred, unity. They inhaled together, their chests expanded, and then they roared. It wasn't a loud sound. Not at first. It was soft, trembling, like a heartbeat finding its rhythm. But in the next breath, it grew, layered, harmonized, fused into one collective cry that rippled through the jungle like thunder underwater. Every creature nearby froze. The trees vibrated. Even the wind seemed to pause mid-whisper. The roar wasn't just noise. It was a frequency, a command woven with the emotional resonance of a human's will. The predator stumbled back, its instincts short-circuiting. It felt something primal, not fear of death, but fear of defiance, of something that would never kneel again. Its claws loosened, the carton box fell, and for the first time, the jungle itself bowed to the echo of humanity. The carton box hit the ground with a dull thud, forgotten. The predator cub backed away, trembling, its scaled hide rippling with confusion. It had faced fangs, claws, even acid-blooded prey before, but never that sound. The purple cubs stood motionless, still glowing faintly, their tiny chests heaving. Their eyes flicked toward the jungle, daring it to challenge them. But nothing came, not a whisper, not a breath. Then, from the doorway of the shelter, Dr. Seo Jin appeared, exhausted, barefoot, her eyes wide in disbelief. She had felt the vibration through the floor, through the air itself. The cubs turned to her, tails twitching with pride, as if waiting for her approval. She knelt, voice shaking. "You remembered," she whispered. "Together." The cubs chirped softly, the glow fading back to calm lilac. Somewhere in the canopy, strange creatures echoed the sound, not in mockery, but in reverence. Days later, the story spread through the jungle's instinctive network. Predators avoided the clearing. Hunters passed down the warning, "Do not touch what belongs to the human." And thus, a legend was born, of 5 tiny purple cubs whose united roar carried the echo of Earth's greatest strength, humanity itself.